Okay guys, here's a tiny home. It's a shed, but it can be used as a tiny home. For $1,800, you can buy this and set it up yourself. For $3,700, you can have it delivered and professionally installed. Remember that a house is just a shed. It's just a matter of square footage that your house is, and it's a matter of the finishes inside the house. A shed is a shelter. A house is a shelter. It's all just bells and whistles after a roof and walls. And so this shed could easily be converted into a tiny home if your land in the township you live allows this low of square footage, okay? Which is basically, this shed is just 100 square feet. And again, it's unfinished in the inside, but like every house, it has what every house has, which is studding and a roof. So you put sheetrock. Well, first you put wiring and plumbing, okay, and then sheetrock, and then you dress it up. This is the same thing as a house. A shed is a house. House is shelter. A house just is determined by square footage and the finishes. So this raw shed can be finished however you like it. It's 100 square feet. Okay, you can put whatever floor you like. And, you know, for under $5,000, you can have it professionally installed, $3,700 exactly. For under $2,000, $1,800 to be specific, you can install it yourself. And, you know, it's an alternative. The biggest negative with these things are you have to have the land that allows you to use this as your primary residence. Just about any land, as long as it's in a non-HOA, will allow you to use this as a shed, because it is a shed. But what's the difference between a shed and a shelter? Square footage. Most townships have ordinances that your primary residence has to be at least 1,000 square feet, unless you go into the middle of the country land. The further you go away from populated areas, the less restrictions. Okay, the less desirable it may be to live in a rural area too, so everything's a give and take. But it's an alternative, okay, because this is under $5,000. So, and if you're going to go in the middle of nowhere, you can probably get land for the same thing. So, just something to consider, something to visually stimulate you and inspire you. See, it has a roof just like a regular house. A house is a shed. The only difference is the square footage and the finishes. And that's what you need to remember. It has siding just like a regular house, okay? It just doesn't have plumbing, okay? You'd have to add the plumbing. You'd have to hook it up to utilities if you wanted to, and if the township mandated it. Certainly you could live off grid. Certainly you could haul your own water and live off solar or a generator, all depending on your personal preference and lifestyle. Certainly most people who buy homes have families, so this 100 square feet would not accommodate most families, obviously. For a single person, no pets, no kids, no problem. But single people tend not to be homeowners. Why? Because home ownership tends to be more of a family-orientated thing, where you settle down, you want stability, you want school systems, you want hospitals. You know, certainly there's exceptions, but that's been my experience. But either way, let me know your comments below. Let me know if you would live in 100 square feet. It's just a house. It's just a smaller square footage. The average house right now in America is about 2,000 square feet and costs about $400,000. So this is like 1% of that, not even. So for it's 1% basically. For under $4,000, you can have a home, but you'd have to have the land that allows it. That's the key. Hopefully this video provided some information, motivation, inspiration, or just entertainment. If it did, click the thumbs up, leave a super thanks, become a member. Thank you to all my subscribers and people who support the channel. I'll see you in the next video.